In this video, I'll discuss having clause. The reason behind having clause use is to accommodate aggregate functions. Let's see, I'm having select star from order details. So this is another table we are going to work upon. So on this order detail, we are not having any character value, and all these are having integer or float values. And I want to use where sum of unit price greater than 100. Let's say I want to find out only the rows those are having only the unit price, those are having sum of greater than 100. Let's see what will happen there. You can see an aggregate may not appear in the where clause unless it is in subquery contained in a having clause. It's asking for the having clause and select list and the column being aggregated in the outer reference. So we can not, the conclusion is you cannot use any aggregate function along with the where clause. For that, we are having clause with the unit price, and you are supposed to the calculate unit price also, right? So let's see what will happen. Yes, it's again showing error because we have not defined the group function. You will have to define in a group by unit price. So I'm creating a group. On the basis of this group, it will check the sum of unit price and which is greater than equal to 0. You can see it's showing the unit price of each group and showing the number of columns, sum of these 6 unit price 6, then showing the only values those are having greater than 100. So let's see how many count are there, how many rows are there as of now. We are having 92 rows, but if I change this to 300 rows, so it will have only 61 rows, which means it's accommodating, it's checking the sum of unit price, the group those are having sum of unit price greater than 300 are displayed on the screen. One more thing you can see, it's showing no column name, which means I have calculated the sum of each group 12, 18, 24 and so on, but not define these column name. So here I am going to define column name, right? Then execute. You can see my column name is defined there. You can give the column name as per your choice, right? So this is how we can calculate the column name. Okay, I'm calculating. I'm showing another example of having clause. Select star from, let's say, order details this time. The square bracket representation is required when we are having space in between the column name, table name. Suppose your table name is having space anywhere, then you will have to use this square bracket. I like executed this value. So let's say I'm having orders, another table. Yes, now I'm having big table, so many rows over there. Again, I want to check employee ID. Those are having employee ID. So the employee ID total, let's say like total ID shipped via and total ship via and total ship code. Okay, total freight. Let's say this is the quantitative value, continuous value, and I want to sum this freight on the basis of respective employee ID. So I'll use emp employee id, it's showing, giving the suggestion. I'll select that and count employee id again from orders, and then group by employee id. So on the basis of employee ID, I'm going to select employee ID and going to count the employee ID. Hit execute. You can see total unique employee IDs are ranging from 1 to 9 and total respective columns. So I'm giving alias there as employee count. Alright. So I'm going to execute there. So total employee count of employee ID is 123. Employee ID are 96. Total 93 are, so employee ID 3 is having 127 rows and so on. Now I want to find the sum of any other, let's say another column name. So I'll check new query and let's say this is having select from orders. All right. So this column is called FREIGT, F-R-E-I-G-S-T. So I'll use sum of F-R-E-I-G-S-T, FREIGT, and execute. So I'll have to put comma there because it's another column name. You can see sum of all these numbers, those are having employee ID 9, total count 93, and this is the total now. So let me create one more alias for this column, sum of F-R-I-E-G-S-T, E-I-G-S-T. Alright, I'm going to execute that. So sum of rate as sum rate from orders group by this one. So it is going to calculate the sum of all these rate values for all 43 employees. Those are having employee ID 9. Now I want to check, I want to segregate in another column and deploy one other conditions. So what I will do, I'll add one having sum of rate, let's see, greater than, let's say 40,000 or let's say 4,000. So as of now we are having only 9 values. Let's see, now we are having only 6 values. Why 3 values are not showing here? So because it's having condition the sum rate greater than equal to 40. If you are wondering about while condition, I'll put while over there, it will show error. You can see it's syntax error nearby 40,000. You cannot deploy aggregate function along the while condition and where, not while, it's where. So you can see syntax nearby where. The where clause cannot accommodate with the aggregate value, aggregate function. So instead I'll have to use having clause. Similarly, you can check for other values also, and again you will have to take care the order of this having in group by. Suppose I'm putting this having before the group by, it will show some error, incorrect syntax near the keyword group. The conceptual error is there, nothing inside my query, nothing coding problem, but order error is there. You must know the order of these group by and having. All right, I'm going to execute that and you can see this is having particular order. Okay, so in this way we can calculate the having and group by from the particular column value.